School may be over for the summer, but we still have an all-new show for your viewing pleasure. Right, guys? Hello, I'm your host Candace, and welcome to the State Champs Esports Show, which is presented by Lawrence Technological University and sponsored by Hungry Howie's Pizza. Before we get to our first segment, let me take a moment to remind you to sign up your Valorant team for our tournament that starts in July. Go to statechampsesports.net to register today. We've been bringing you profiles all year long of the new Lawrence Tech recruits to their inaugural varsity esports program. But we have a special one today. Let's meet the first female member to join the Blue Devils team.
I'm Cody McPeak, a sophomore here at Lawrence Tech. I'm playing Smash Brothers and Rocket League. So I'm in the dean's office where Danielle also works. So she happened to approach me, she asked me about some stuff for Twitch, and I was like, oh, I play games. One thing led to another, and I'm happily on the team.
Cody is our first female esports player. I am so excited that I have a female coming. She's already been super supportive with social media. She wants to be involved with some of our camps and growing the esports program. And she's definitely already being an advocate and talking about esports to her sorority.
First female on the team, it's amazing. And to have a female coach, and even getting to play in our personal time together and beating her in a Warzone tournament, but no big deal.
That's the exciting part about esports, is that it can be for men and women.
But I do play Call of Duty Cold War and Warzone quite a bit personally. I play almost every single night now. Like, I played softball. The mental focus has to be the same. You have to be two completely different people. Folks in school, you're more mild. As soon as you hit the dirt in the field, you're loud, you're pumped up, you're excited. And I like to carry that in anything that I can do, especially anything athletic or esports.
I mean, I want it to be a diverse group of people. The thing about esports is that everyone can do it. It doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter any of any orientation or anything. What it does matter is that we are welcoming.
For another teammate that's a female to join, just do it. I mean, it can be terrifying because there is the creeps online that when you play personally. Overall, it's a lot of fun. We're here to lift you up, but to be on the esports team and still get to be competitive, I mean, this is probably the greatest decision I've ever made.
Hey guys, this week we're looking at the flashy new fighting game, Guilty Gear Strive. Guilty Gear Strive came out on June 11th on PC and the 8th for PS4 and had a running beta before launch. A lot of wait for this game. The franchise has always been popular and definitely on top of the fighting game scene, and fans were pumped for it to come out. I know I was. Let's take a look. There is a story mode here, however there's not fighting, it plays more like a movie continuing from the events of the last game. There's quite a bit here and it's quite convoluted, so I won't be covering it, but essentially Soul Bad Guy, one of the playable characters, is a bounty hunter that saves the world on multiple occasions. The visuals are crazy. Each character has slick designs, some are returning characters that have gotten redesigned, and all of them have fantastic looks and attack animations. Arc Systems uses their trademark 3D model as 2D animation, which lets them seamlessly transition between the fight and the super attack scenes. The visuals for me were one of the biggest selling points about this game. The gameplay is very slick, controls are responsive, and while load times can be a bit annoying, with the rollback netcode model, even some lag is very minor. The tower mode acts as almost a ranked mode. Winning fights lets you move up in the tower, and losing too many lowers you. Connection to the stations can be a bit buggy, but it was never to the point where I got annoyed with it. The competitive scene is very fun and saturated. There's already been a few tournaments, and competing with people online to move up in the tower is very fun. It can definitely be difficult, but you learn a lot from the matches and ultimately get better. The tower system helps keep things more to your level, as high-ranking players can't go back down, so you can only fight people closer to your rank. The controls are both simple and complex, which I feel makes the game more accessible. There's the normal movement options, punch, slash, heavy, and kick and grab buttons. Like more technical fighters like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, there are commands that let you do special attacks. Most of your attacks can cancel into them, but you have to be able to hit the input spot on or risk getting punished. There was also the addition of what's called Roman cancels. Still not sure why they call that, but basically, It's a contextual ability that uses some of your gauge. Depending on if you're blocking, attacking, standing, or just doing a super, it does different things, but all versions cause a time delay on the enemy, giving you time to set up an attack or continue a combo string. Guilty Gear Strive is just a stylish as hell fighting game, with a strong community, and I know will be a cult classic as all the last ones have been. The incredible animation and design mixed with the intense battles and varying levels of skill easily overshadow these initial launch hiccups. If you're a fan of fighting games, you absolutely need to get this game.
Joel Gray's back, and we're talking about another tournament that's coming up in the middle of July, going off into the beginning of August, and this is going to be Northfield High School's Scouting Grounds tournament. Northfield is currently looking for 16 League of Legends teams and 8 Rocket League teams. The tournament is going to be from July 26th to August 9th. This tournament is going to be open to all high schoolers from grade 9 to 12. If you want more information or to register, check the link in the description. We're going to be interviewing Brandon Sadler, who does a lot of the esports over at Northfield High School, so stay tuned for that.
Hey everyone, this is Bruno from CHAMPS Esports, and today I'm going to be talking about LEGO video games. Ever since I can remember, I've been obsessed with Legos. And you know what else I love? Video games. So to me, there is nothing better than LEGO video games. LEGO was invented in 1932 in Denmark. Since then, they've gone worldwide and are played by billions. A current show that is a favorite of mine called LEGO Masters has teams of 2 competing to win $100,000. And later this year, the LEGO Skywalker Saga video game comes out and has all 9 movies in one game. The first LEGO Star Wars game was made back in 2005 and covered the prequels. Since then, there has been at least one new licensed LEGO video game released every year. While Star Wars may have come first, it's the home of the Avengers that reigns supreme. Marvel Superheroes currently holds the title of best-selling LEGO video game. There have been over 30 of these comical versions of popular movies, including 6 Star Wars, 2 Indiana Jones, 4 Batmans, 3 Harry Potters, 2 Lord of the Rings, 4 Marvels, 2 LEGO movies, a Jurassic World, Pirates of the Caribbean, Ninjago, and 1 Incredibles. All of these titles were made by Traveler's Tales, which has been around since 1989. Before these popular movie LEGO games, there were original LEGO games. The very first LEGO video game was made back in 1995. It was called LEGO Fun to Build, and it was only available on the Sega Pico. These original games might not be as popular as the movie tie-ins, but there have been way more. Many of the almost 60 games are for the PC. LEGO Racers from 1999 is the biggest selling non-movie tie-in game. The first LEGO video game I ever played was called LEGO Junior Create and Cruise from 2012. Whether you like your Legos real or virtual, there's infinite ways to get your brick on.
Now let's wrap up the show with some highlights from a recent interview that Joel Graves conducted. If you need to hear more, you can listen to the entire conversation over on our podcast, Gamers Unlimited. Joel, take it away.
For our viewers, in the audience who don't know what Extra Life is, what is Extra Life?
Yeah, Extra Life is a Children's Miracle Network program, and essentially it's a program that unites gamers that want to give back to pediatric patients at their local Children's Miracle Network hospital. The main way people activate the program is through a 24-hour gaming marathon, which sounds like a lot. It is a lot of energy drinks involved, I'm sure. But usually on this first Saturday in November, people sign up and they game for 24 hours straight. And they do that by asking friends and family to sponsor them through donations. And, our Detroit Guild raises money and it all comes back to Beaumont Children's.
Like I said, I think this is an amazing program. I quite don't know how Extra Life got started, but I think I was talking to you about it before. So how did Extra Life become what it is today?
Back in 2008, the program launched, and it was very hyper-local to Texas because it was a way of honoring this young girl named Victoria Enman. She had acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Through news coverings, the gamer community found out about Tori's battle with this disease, and they just united to help her. They sent her video games, they sent her gifts, they sent her well wishes letters, and what they found was Tori, she had a better experience in the hospital when she had that gaming as an outlet. Unfortunately, she relapsed twice and lost her life to acute lymphoblastic leukemia in January of 2018. Really, it started there. It sparked a movement. This gamer group, like I said, in Texas, they supported Texas Children's Hospital. They raised over $300,000 in their first 2 years. And then after that, CMN National picked up on it, and it spread all across the United States and into Canada. So that's kind of, the story behind where Extra Life started and how it grew so rapidly.
Yeah, so we kind of hinted on it. What's the importance of Extra Life?
Yeah, there's so many different answers, I feel like, to this question. It unites a community. It really brings together outstanding people for one cause, and that's, play games and heal kids. But 100% of the funds stay local to your hospital of choice. I think it's so important, and I don't think that I feel like we don't explain the ripple effect enough. I mean, we raise over $100,000 every single year to support medical equipment and technology, comfort programs like pet therapy, art therapy, music therapy, just programs, technology, and items that make children's hospitals children focused and the best in that area. And it's important because we're serving hundreds of thousands of kids every year. And Extra Life makes sure that care is accessible and it's great.
How does Extra Life really get involved with the community? I know you guys do some outreach in terms of that, but what is the specifics for getting involved with the local community?
We do partner with local universities and high schools that have esports programs. So if you're a student or at a coach or just love games, check that out. Your local school or university may have a program that's supporting Extra Life. But really, to get involved and to start, I would say sign up, go to extra-life.org, and essentially you're fundraising and recruiting to play games and heal kids, but you can make it your own. That's what's amazing about Extra Life. You can play your favorite games with your favorite people, and it goes to a greater cause. But if you are registering, I think one of the really fun things that people get super pumped about is the incentives that come along with that. If you want a shot at earning those amazing incentives, make sure that you register Platinum. It's $19, but you can unlock things like super cool designed decals, t-shirts, even medals, gold and platinum medals, gaming dice, things like that. But just to start getting involved, go to extra-life.org and talk to your local hospital. There's contact information on extra-life.org and just see how you can get more involved in the community.
It is game over for us, at least for today. Make sure, though, to continue following State Champs Esports all summer long for tons of great content. For myself, Harez, Joel, Bruno, and the rest of our crew, thank you for watching throughout this crazy COVID year. And of course, we have to once again thank Lawrence Tech and Hungry Howie's for all of their support. Say goodbye, boys.
Bye.
That was so
Now let's wrap up the show with one more.